Most people have tried to follow the guidelines to stay home and be cautious, but as the forecasts for the impact have proven to be grossly overestimated, the only people who seem to want this to continue are certain elected officials who just like telling people what to do. I've been to some countries with authoritarian governments that govern with a brutal iron hand, and I've always appreciated that as a citizen of the United States of America, I had guaranteed civil liberties and clearly defined rights that would be protected. Even if I actually committed the crime and the entire thing was captured 6 different angles on video, I was still presumed innocent until proven guilty by a jury of my peers, and I would be entitled to legal representation and due process. Now, we've all been rankled by criminals who did horrible things, but who frankly were protected by the very law that we hoped would put them in prison and away from our communities where they did real damage to the innocent. And then came the pandemic. And with it, forced closure of businesses, events, and public places, and even forced demands to wear masks and refrain from even visiting our own relatives. Suddenly, for the first time in my life, my beloved America is starting to look like some of the truly horrible and abusive places that I visited and couldn't wait to get out of. This week, a hair salon owner in Dallas was actually put in handcuffs and taken to jail because she refused to apologize to a power-hungry judicial tyrant who gets to wear a robe at taxpayer expense. Now, her crime was not just that she chose to open her salon so that her employees could earn a living and feed their families. Nope, she was jailed because she refused to say the magic words ordered by the judge that she was selfish for allowing her employees just so they could earn money and pay their rent, buy their groceries, and pay bills. The judge gets his paycheck, by the way, and it's a good one, over $150,000 a year. Meanwhile, in Washington, members of the Nancy Pelosi-led House refused to return to Washington or to engage in a session by way of online meetings because they didn't think it was safe. Now, they're fine with you driving a truck or working in a hospital or nursing home, answering calls as a firefighter or policeman, or even stocking the shelves at your local supermarket. But they're not going to work, and they're getting paid anyway. And guess what? You are paying them. Then it hit me. You want to end the most ridiculous and dictatorial aspects of the shutdown? It's quite simple. Whatever level of government orders a shutdown for others, its members should cease being paid until those under the shutdown can return to work. So if your business can't open and you can't earn a living, then your mayor, county officials, your governor, or your Congress who shuts you down shouldn't take 1 penny of pay until you can. And you know what'll happen? Those orders will get relaxed. And then it's going to be up to you whether you feel safe venturing out and opening your business or patronizing a business. It's called freedom. We're Americans and we ought to act like it. And the people who are elected to service need to start treating us like Americans with fundamental civil liberties instead of like first graders who are told when it's appropriate to go to the restroom and when to line up for our trip to the lunchroom so we can eat what someone else has decided is good for us. So to mayors and governors, county officials, and members of Congress, as well as the appointed and employed government officials, I say this. Since you are a public servant and the people that you work for aren't getting paid, stop collecting your paycheck until they get theirs. And when that happens, you're not going to see out-of-control judges putting hairstylists in jail for not saying the right words. As I said last week, I fear I might get a virus, but I fear even more that I will lose the liberties that make being an American unique. I visited some police states. I sure as heck don't want to live in one.
Now, if you're seeing this, I know you've enjoyed that video. I mean, how could you not, after all? So you know what you should do? Leave a like, click on the subscribe button below, and hit the notification bell next to it so you'll always know when I have another video up for you to enjoy.